These are the learning objectives for this chapter. Click Next to begin your learning. Many ideas and concepts in a presentation can be more effectively conveyed using charts, diagrams, and other objects. Special effects and sounds can grab the attention of your audience. In this chapter, you will learn how to add a table, a chart, a smart art diagram, and a hyperlink to a presentation. You will also see how to apply transition effects, animation effects, and sound clips to slides. Some information can be more easily understood when presented in a table. A table enables you to align text evenly using vertical columns and horizontal rows. Let's add a table to a new slide at the end of the presentation. A quick way to display the last slide in the presentation is to press the Ctrl plus End key combination. Next, you need to add a new slide. If you select a slide layout that includes a content placeholder, you can use the table icon on the placeholder to insert a table. Or you can select another layout and then insert a table manually. Let's insert the table manually on a slide that contains only a title. The Insert tab contains the Table tool, along with tools for inserting other types of objects. PowerPoint offers several ways to create a table, which are contained in this menu. Take a moment to learn about each method. Let's create a 4x3 table using the top section of the menu. To do this, position the mouse pointer to the indicated square and then click it. Notice that PowerPoint displays a preview of the table in the slide as you position the mouse pointer over the squares. Good! The Table Tools tabs are now displayed on the ribbon. You can use these tabs to format the appearance of the table, as well as add and delete rows, columns, and cells. By default, PowerPoint applied a style to the table that is consistent with the color theme of the presentation. You can change this style or clear the style using the Table Styles gallery. Let's clear the style so that just a plain table is displayed. For your convenience, the table has been moved below the title text box. The insertion point is located in the upper left cell, indicating that it is the active cell and is ready to accept text. This table will list monthly tour dates, so begin by entering the month of January. After entering that text, press the Tab key to activate the cell to the right. You can now enter text in the active cell. You can also format text in a table using the same techniques as formatting text in a text box. For your convenience, the remaining information will be entered in the table. A title will also be added to the slide. The table is no longer selected, so the Table Tools tabs are no longer available. Another effective way to present information on a slide is by using a chart. For your convenience, a new slide will be added to the end of the presentation so that you can create a chart. A chart is a visual description of numerical information, such as the dollar amount of monthly sales. Charts are particularly effective for showing relationships among different values. Let's use the Chart tool to create a chart that compares the number of tours booked to specific destinations from January through April. The Chart tool is located in the Illustrations group. The Insert Chart dialog box is used to select the type of chart to insert. Each category on the left contains a collection of related chart types. Let's use the first chart in the column category, which is already selected. A chart consists of two components, a graphic chart and a data sheet. The graphic chart appears in the PowerPoint slide based on the chart type you just selected. The datasheet contains the labels and numerical values that are used to create the graphic chart. The datasheet is contained in the Microsoft Excel program and is automatically opened when you create a chart. The datasheet contains sample data, which you can modify to create your own chart. Let's replace Category 1 with January. Good. Notice that the corresponding label on the chart has changed to reflect the change in the datasheet. For your convenience, the remaining information in the datasheet will be modified. The chart now gives a visual comparison of the number of tours booked during each month to each destination. Now close the datasheet. PowerPoint will automatically display the Chart Tools Design tab. The legend across the bottom of the chart gives a description of each colored bar in the chart. You can also use diagrams in your document to illustrate certain types of information. Let's work with diagrams. For your convenience, a new slide will be added to the end of the presentation. PowerPoint's Smart Art feature lets you insert pre-formatted diagrams, The Choose a Smart Art graphic dialog box groups the types of graphics into categories, which are listed on the left side. Let's create a diagram that shows the process of booking a group vacation package. To do this, you will use a diagram from the Process category. PowerPoint has inserted the generic diagram as well as the text pane. You can customize the text in the diagram by typing it in the text pane or by typing it directly in the diagram. Notice also that the Smart Art Tools tabs are now displayed on the PowerPoint ribbon. Let's use the text pane to enter the text for the first step in the process. Notice how the text is displayed in the diagram as you type, and that the font size is automatically adjusted to fit the diagram box. Good. For your convenience, the remaining text items will be entered. Once you add a diagram, you can modify many of its properties using the Smart Art Tools tabs. The Change Colors button offers groups of different colors that can be applied to the entire diagram. Let's change the colors in the diagram and then deselect it. Good. The diagram now gives a nice presentation of the booking process. The content in your slides may often be related to content in other documents or sources. It can be helpful to be able to access this additional information directly from your presentation. A hyperlink or link consists of two basic parts. First, the link must be represented by an element on the document, such as text or a picture. Second, the link must have a destination associated with it. The destination is the name of the file the link opens. Clicking the text or picture hyperlink opens the destination file. Let's add a hyperlink to slide 11. For your convenience, a text box will be added and the slide displayed. To create a hyperlink, you first select the text that will represent the link. Now you need to specify the destination of the link using the Insert Hyperlink dialog box. You can open this dialog box using the Hyperlink button on the Insert tab, or the shortcut menu associated with the text. Let's use the Hyperlink button. The Insert Hyperlink dialog box is used to designate the destination of the link. As indicated on the Link To bar on the left, you can link to an existing file or web page, a slide within the current presentation, a new presentation, or to an email address. The address text box names the path to the linked document. The center section of the dialog box displays the files and other objects you can link to. The View Master Calendar text is now underlined to indicate that it is a hyperlink. The color of hyperlink text is often different than regular text on the slide. Note, however, that the hyperlink is active only when you run the slideshow. When you run the slideshow, clicking this link will display the Master Calendar document in Microsoft Word. Next, you're going to see how to apply transition effects to a slide. For your convenience, Slide 2 will be displayed. Transition effects allow your slides to be displayed with special wipes, dissolves, and fades to add a multimedia flair to your presentation. PowerPoint provides a wide variety of transition effects. Each slide can use one transition effect. To add a transition effect, you select a slide and then choose Select an Effect from the Transitions tab. Let's add a transition to this slide. The Transition to this slide group contains a gallery of effects, as well as options for controlling the effects. Some common effects are currently displayed in the group. Clicking the More button in the lower right corner of the group displays a list of all effects. Let's apply the Wipe effect. PowerPoint has added the Play Animation icon to the left of the slide thumbnail in the Slides tab. This small icon indicates that an effect has been added to the slide. The three options on the right side of the Transition to this slide group enable you to add a sound to the effect, control the speed, and apply the effect to all slides. Let's include a sound when this slide is presented. Now preview the effect, which includes the applause sound. Good. This effect will grab the attention of the audience and add to the excitement of your presentation. In addition to transition effects, PowerPoint offers animation effects that can be applied to objects on a slide. An animation effect animates specific objects on a slide as they are displayed during the presentation. This is different from a transition effect, which animates the entire slide at once. Let's apply some animation effects to Slide 3. The Animations ribbon contains the tools for adding animation effects. You can quickly add animation to a slide by clicking one of these icons. The Animation Pane button opens the Animation pane, where you can also add effects to objects, as well as fine-tune the animations. In addition to transition effects, PowerPoint offers animation effects that can be applied to objects on a slide. An animation effect animates specific objects on a slide. The Animations ribbon contains the tools for adding animation effects. You can quickly add animation to a slide by clicking one of these icons. The Animation Pane button opens the Animation pane, where you can also add effects to objects, as well as fine-tune the animations. First, you need to select the objects to animate. Let's add an animation effect to the 3 lines of bulleted text. You can either select all of the lines or just click anywhere on one of the lines. PowerPoint offers a rich assortment of effects that can be applied when the slide is first displayed or upon moving to the next slide. Let's have the bulleted text items fly in from the bottom of the slide when the slide is displayed. The Modify Fly-In section of the Animation pane enables you to fine-tune the settings for this animation. For example, You could use the direction list box to have the bulleted text fly in from the top of the slide instead of from the bottom. Let's keep these settings and apply another animation to the two graphic objects at once. Start by selecting the objects. Now, apply the blinds entrance effect. Good. You can remove an animated effect from an object by selecting it in the Animation pane and then clicking the Remove button. Let's remove the animation from the map picture. Now, when you run the slideshow, the bulleted text items will fly in from the bottom, and the star shape will be animated with the blinds effect. The numbers next to each item in the slide represent the order in which the animations will be displayed. Now close the animation pane. Slide 2 of this presentation contains transition effects. In this chapter, you enhanced a presentation by adding a table, a chart, a smart art diagram, and a hyperlink. You also applied transition effects, animation effects, and sound clips to slides.